Welcome back to Euro CIS, where we continue to look at the innovative technology that's impacting the retail sector. This trade fair, as we've been saying all day, 37 countries have served up attendees to the event. That just underlines the importance placed on the technology solutions being showcased. Jeff, let's come to you. I mean, I know as retailers, one of the most important goals is getting the customer to make a purchase and that all-important sale. But at the risk of sounding really stupid, why is the checkout so crucial in that process?
The checkout, it's the point of service these days. Checkout is your customers come into the store, you've excited them with all the great products that you've got, they've tried it on, they're feeling good. And the last thing you want to do is deflate them and put them in a long line, a long queue to stand and pay. So you want to delight them. What's the fastest way you can get out and make them feel special and make them come back to your store afterwards? That's the thing. The whole thing about retail today is to get people away from their internet screens or continue the journey from their internet screens and come into the store. Someone said to me many years ago, early in my career, retail is theatre. So it's how do you excite people, come into the store and keep coming back to my store. And the smoother you can make it, that painful process of actually paying for the goods, you can smooth that out and make it a really nice point of service. I'll come back, I'll spend more with you, I'll tell my friends about you.
I imagine it's probably a misconception that the rise of digital disabled some of that theatre that you talk about, but that couldn't be further from the truth, right?
I don't think it does. I think digital, it's like putting a laser show at the theatre. It's another dimension to it. It's making the theatre more exciting. So I come in now, and instead of having a poster, I've got an interactive video display. It's a digital system, but it's making me feel excited. It's making me come into that store and hopefully spend money in that store.
And obviously the retailers who aren't doing that, that's having a destructive influence at the checkout, and that's going to impact on the loyalty loop you talk about.
It makes it a less exciting show, doesn't it? So you go to that drab retailer, why should I bother? I'm not going to get an exciting experience, a good experience to go into the store. I might as well sit behind my internet terminal and buy it from someone else. If I know that I'm going to get something that's interesting, it's going to show me something I don't know, it's going to show me a range of products I don't know, it's going to tell me something that's personalised to me, particularly. Perhaps it will continue the journey I started on the internet the night before. So that blue jacket that you're wearing, hello there, you know, that blue jacket, do you know we've got some trousers that complement that and we've got a great belt that goes with that. I can continue that journey, you don't waste your time, and I give you a great experience.
Mitch, I know we're sort of going to double up a bit here, but what are the sort of technologies that are coming into play then that are enabling all of this positive theatre and the seamless experience as we talk about it? What are the technologies that are delivering?
Sure, so customers are looking for a unique experience, especially in the checkout field. And there's retailers like Carrefour who's actually doing a pilot right now where in their convenience stores they're actually having customers walk through the store and seamlessly through a mobile application they're being able to pay, walk out the store. Amazon Go is another retailer who's actually doing that now. They've got several stores now open in the United States where you actually can walk in, grab an item, and through artificial intelligence, automatically pay through your mobile phone and walk out the door and get a receipt on your phone.
Jeff, I know you spoke, you mentioned a couple of the checkout capabilities that are really setting an example in industry. But which technologies and innovations are available right now that can make all of this a reality?
I've actually started to talk about that. Some of the mobile payments, doing the scanning in the grocery segment, for example, we're seeing increasingly doing your shopping on your phone. In London, where I live, I can go into my local store, I register when I go into the store on my phone, I scan on my phone now, I put it straight into my shopping basket, I go to a payment station, I pay for it, I walk out the store. I don't actually talk to anybody, they don't have a chance, but when I get the item on my phone, it tells me if I've got any promotions, it may even suggest the alternative items that I might like based on my previous purchases. I have to go at the moment to a payment station, I see that disappearing eventually, and it will recognise when I've walked out the store, thank you very much, I'm a loyal customer, they know me, and I'll pay for it that way. What it means is I get out the store very quickly.
The frictionless technology you're talking about, is it being adopted at the correct scale, or is there still a conversation to have between boardrooms and technology to actually ramp up deployment?
I think it's a big conversation that's happening. Everyone's trying. No one's cracked it. Everyone's trying different approaches at the moment. The expression people talk about is sort of fail fast, or maybe it's succeed quickly. It should be, but try it. Let's see what's working, because there isn't a magic bullet that's going to solve all this. Let's try what customers like. This particular system I mentioned about, so when I first used it, it was a dog. It just did not work at all. And about the third, fourth iteration, actually it works now. And people, I think, will see more and more of that. People will experiment. Customers like it, customers don't like it. You know, if you're an elderly person on a Tuesday morning shopping and you've got all the time of the world, you actually want to go and talk to someone, because unfortunately that might be your only conversation of the day. You don't want this zippy transaction. But on a Thursday evening, when you just want to get something to take home to feed your kids, you want to get in and out the store quickly. So it's horses for courses in terms of that technology.
Seema, let's bring you into the conversation. We can't really talk about the adoption of digital without nodding to fraud and theft. The two are kind of symbiotic with their rollout. But how do we use technology to minimise both fraud and theft within the store?
So for example, we do have RFID basket scanner, which is enabled to scan shoppers without any manual scanning. So by this way, we can make shopping more easier, and then also reduce theft. And then we do have solutions like AI-based image recognition, so that we can identify that the correct items are scanned, and so on and so on. So a lot of new technologies that can be utilized to improve loss prevention and reduce theft.
I know you mentioned Carrefour. Is there another retailer who's getting it right at the moment that's sort of the yardstick in industry? I mean, is it Carrefour? Are they sort of the shining light at the moment? Who should we be looking to for inspiration?
I think it depends on the segment. There are different segments are doing different things. Carrefour, French mass grocery retailer. You're seeing some specialty retailers who I think take loyalty to enormous expense. The one that springs to mind, I think Lululemon, is an extraordinary company that sell very high-end sportswear. They're lovely shops, and they have such a relationship with their customers, and they've built this huge loyalty scheme, and people really love the brand. It's a premium brand, but you go in there and it's a whole lifestyle. It's the theatre again when you go into the stores.
Which I guess if we strip retail back to its core, this is how it all started out, your relationship with the shopkeeper, your experience in store. I mean, I know we've got new technology, but that's as integral as it was sort of 20, 30 years ago, isn't it?
It's probably a sort of, sorry to value me as a customer. Value me as a customer, treat me well, make me feel special, and I'll come back and buy more from you.
I think that's a perfect place to end. I dare say this has triggered some questions, and feel free to provide them over social. We will connect them with the three gentlemen. Thank you very much for your time today. Still plenty more to come from EuroCIS today. We've still got another 2 interviews to bring you. Hive of activity here right now, plenty more to come.